This is a short video on lab 6, the pendulum. You can see at the bottom here the mass, and it's attached via string to a support which is at the top of the apparatus. And if you look from the side, you can see there's actually a very sharp, I don't know if we'll focus on this, very sharp edge here, or knife edge on this end. And the string should wrap around there, and that will define the pivot point which the string will swing around. And right now, with the mass stationary, you can see that the string is going through the optical gate, and the mass is well below the optical gate. You don't want that mass to go in between the sensor and the detector. So again, this is our optical gate, which you've used before, a sensor detector on one side. On the other side, and if something like the string breaks the beam, you'll see that red light on the end there blink on and off as the beam is interrupted. And so we want the string to go through and break the beam, and not the large mass, which should hang below it. So if you give a little bit of motion to the mass, you don't want to do too much, or else it will hit the end of the optical gate. So let's give it a little bit less. Also, large motions of the mass will also change the period of the pendulum. Right, so now you can see it's going just a little bit, that's plenty, and each time it goes through the optical gate, you'll see it flash there. And of course, Logger Pro is connected to the system, and we can go up here and look at the Logger Pro screen. We've turned it on and started up the plain pendulum Logger Pro program, and let's just tell it to collect some data. And each time the string goes through, it keeps track of it, and the program is set now so that it can figure out, or it knows that each time it goes through, that's half of a cycle. So it goes through one way, then the other way, and it keeps track of the time, and it then gives you automatically the period, or it calculates the period for you here. And this is the time for one full oscillation of the system. So a very simple setup. You will, of course, be adjusting the length of the pendulum, and you'll need to measure it, and that just involves winding or unwinding some string from the top here to make it longer, or putting string back on the top. Again, very simple experiment. There is also a second pendulum, which right now is just on the side here, which is of wood. And this, the one we were looking at, is obviously a metal pendulum. And the wood one you'll do in a second or additional part of this lab, see how it behaves. And you'll be measuring the period essentially as a function of the length. So very simple apparatus, and good luck with the experiment.